Hey there, and welcome to your Spreadsheet Life Excel Challenge number 3. In this video, I will give you 4 questions from easy to hard to test your spreadsheet skills when it comes to data validation. Also, you can find a link to download this practice file in the description below, and then you can pause the video before each question and attempt it yourself before you watch me do it. If that sounds like fun to you, then let's get to it. Okie dokie. Starting off on question 1, your task is to add data validation to the phone number box so that only 0 or positive whole numbers may be entered. So, to add the required data validation, start by selecting cell D9, and then in the ribbon, go to Data, and then Data Validation. In the dialog box that appears, make sure that you are under the Settings tab, and then, under Allow, select the whole number option. Then, under Data, select greater than or equal to. And finally, enter a 0 for the minimum, and then click on OK. Now, the user will only be able to enter 0 or positive whole numbers for the phone number. Perfect. Let's move on to question number 2. For question 2, your task is to add data validation to make the maximum length only 16 characters long for each name. So, to pull off question 2, start by selecting the cell for the first name, and then hold the Control key and select the cell for the last name. With both of these cells selected, go to Data, and then Data Validation. In the dialog box that appears, select Text Length for Allow, then, under Data, select less than or equal to. Finally, enter in the number 16 for the maximum, and then you can click on OK. The user will now only be able to enter in up to 16 characters for each name. Awesome. Let's go ahead and jump to question 3. For question 3, your goal is to create a drop-down menu for the Make field that includes the 4 car makes listed here on this worksheet. So, to solve this problem, start by selecting the Make box or cell D11, and then go to Data, Data Validation. Under Allow, select List, and for the source, select the range of cells containing the 4 listed car makes. You can then click on OK. You now have a drop-down menu that you can use to pick one of the available car makes. And that wraps up question 3. So let's move on to question 4. For your final question, your task is to create a drop-down menu for the model field that changes depending on the selected car make. For example, if the user selects Honda for the car make, then the drop-down menu for the model should only show Honda models to pick from. To pull this off, you must first create 4 range names for each set of car models. You must also make sure that each range name is exactly the same as one of the 4 possible choices for the Make field. For instance, the range name for the Ford models should be exactly Ford, and the range name for the Chevrolet models should be exactly Chevrolet, and so on and so forth. So, to create these range names, start by selecting all of the Ford models, and then, in the name box, type in the name Ford, and then press the Enter key. Next, select all of the Chevrolet models, and in the name box, type in the name of Chevrolet, and then press the Enter key. Then select all of the Honda models, and in the name box, type in the name of Honda, and press the Enter key, and then select all of the Tesla models, and in the name box, type in the name of Tesla, and press the Enter key. You have now created all 4 range names, and you can see them by clicking on the down arrow in the name box. At this point, select the model field or cell G11, and then go to Data, Data Validation. Under Allow, select List, and for the source, type in equals, and then the indirect function. The indirect function takes text and turns that text into a reference. So, inside of the indirect function, select the cell containing the selected car make. The indirect function will then take this value and transform it into one of the 4 range name references that we just created. And then that range of cells will be used for the drop-down menu options for the model. That being said, you can close parentheses for the indirect function and then click on OK. You now have a drop-down menu that will change depending on the selected car make in cell D11. And that officially completes the final question of your Spreadsheet Life Excel Challenge number 3. So tell me, how did it go? Was it super easy? Was it super hard? Was it kind of in the middle? Leave me a comment below and let me know. Also, if you enjoyed this video, I highly encourage you to subscribe so you don't miss any videos like this one. And one more thing, if you enjoy learning Excel like this through application and hands-on practice, then you will love my Excel Total course. The Excel Total course is all geared around learning by doing. So I teach you a concept and then I immediately have you practice that concept to hone your skills and remember them for a lifetime. Okie dokie, enough of that. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I will see you in the next Spreadsheet Life video.